Today, Congress is in the final week of its 2023 session, and there are still some key and very challenging deals that need to be made. The biggest question is whether a critical foreign aid package can get approved with money for Israel and Ukraine. Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky begins arguably the diplomatic mission of his presidency. Meeting in Washington, D.C. already with U.S. military officers. Then tomorrow, he'll make a personal plea for more aid as he meets with President Biden at the White House, with House Speaker Mike Johnson, and an all-senators meeting at the Capitol as well. Last hour, we got a preview of his message in an address at the National Defense University.
Let me be frank with you, friends. If there's anyone inspired by unresolved issues on Capitol Hill, is just Putin and his sick clique. They see the dreams come true when they see the delays or some scandals, and they see freedom to fall when the support of freedom fighters go down.
NBC's Sahil Kapoor reporting for us on Capitol Hill, also with us Jake Sherman, co-founder of Punchbowl News and an MSNBC political contributor. Hey, Sahil, where do negotiations on this aid package stand as Zelensky gets ready to come to the Hill?
Hey, Chris. Well, firstly, I would not expect Zelensky's visit to Capitol Hill to move the status of negotiations here. Many Republicans say they're sympathetic to him and they're supportive of Ukraine aid, but they're deeply dug into this idea that they will not move it under any circumstances unless there is a major immigration deal. So unless Zelensky can help find a way out of this immigration impasse, it's unlikely that this is going to move the conversation on aid. Now, with the negotiations, they are still struggling. They are negotiating, the Senate negotiators are, but there have been no breakthroughs over the weekend or this morning. That's according to one source I spoke to earlier today. There's been progress on tightening some asylum rules, which Democrats have been willing to give on. That's not enough for Republicans. They want to resolve what they call capacity issues and do it without, the question of how many asylum seekers can the U.S. handle, and they want to do it without releasing them into the U.S. while they wait. That has caused some real pushback among Democrats who fear that would lead to things like mass detentions, potentially ramped up deportation authorities. And some of the the strongest pushback we've seen is coming from the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Let's show the statement by Senator Alex Padilla and Congresswoman Annette Barragan. They say they're worried about so-called Trump-era immigration policies that Democrats fought so hard against in this deal. They say, quote, "We unequivocally agree on the need for Congress to act to reform our immigration system and address the challenges at our border, but extreme Republican demands to cut off legal pathways and deport long-term residents will not reduce unauthorized migration. They will only exacerbate our current challenges," unquote. Now, the flip side, Chris, is that President Biden has been willing to break with portions of his base when he perceives them as being on the wrong side of public opinion. We've seen that with crime. We saw that certainly a number of cases in the campaign. In this case, it's going to be a very delicate dance for the president to manage his base to achieve what no president has in the last 2 decades, which is a major immigration deal in Congress. And the clock is ticking. He's got this week before they're scheduled to go away. That would unlock his big aid package to Ukraine and Israel if he is able to achieve it. And he's got to do all of this heading into a major election year, Chris.